Bright lights with Frank Smith of Matchroom, the Zone in Birmingham. Welcome, and how are you this evening?
Sounded very official, that did. I like that entry to the... It sounded like I was on BBC News. I liked it. I'm good. It's good to be here in Birmingham. Lovely night. Early night as well. It's 11 o'clock. We're finished.
It's a miracle. It's usually 2, 3 o'clock. We're loitering in corridors, but instead I'm loitering by the stage. Your opinion? We're going to start... You can start it off. Fight of the night. What was the fight of the night for you?
I think you got to say the Cyrus Patterson fight against Conor Walker. Unbelievable back and forth tear up. It's what we expected, actually better. You know, Cyrus Patterson, it doesn't matter what fight he's in, he's always going to fight like that. But Conor Walker, tremendous performance. And a lot of people said he could do it, and he delivered tonight. So great fight there. The Jordan Flynn fight as well against Kane Baker, brilliant fight. Galaway fight, tremendous performance. He just showed the level he's at as well. Even on the undercard as well, you know, like before the bell. Yeah, Majid, Aaron Bowen, Spider Suleiman, you know, unbelievable card and great turnout for them all as well. You know, they're all selling like 400 tickets each, and that's a great sign for boxing in Birmingham. That means we can come back a lot more often.
So you took the words out of my mouth, and that is what I'd love to see. You know, you guys in Birmingham, you've had a fantastic week. You've been out in the community. You've really bought yourself some new fans, but in the right way, by going out there with the kids and letting them know what you guys are about. The idea then, Matchroom in the community.
Yeah, no, look, it's something that is important to us as a business. We believe that boxing can make a big difference to communities and young kids, and we don't think there's enough investment. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot more we can do. You know, a lot more we can do. There's a lot more, but there's a lot more the government can do as well. And funding can go a long way from the government, and we believe it can make a big difference. As I say, you know, we just brought in Alex Leguavel, who's our head of community development. We have a big charitable foundation as well that we've donated around 3 million to various charitable causes over the last, I think, 4 or 5 years. Not so much focused on boxing, but we're very much looking now at how boxing can help in the community. And I think, you know, there's a lot that can be done. You know, the fight day 5Ks we do bring a lot of people out together. There's improvements that can be made there, the gym activities and showing, you know, people where they can get to, you know, nights like this. And the kids in the gym love it. And it's something that's very important to Eddie as well, in the UK, but all around the world. So, yeah, it's something that we're going to push quite hard, as well as the shows. Obviously, look, we need the success of the shows and the business to be able to do it. They go hand in hand. But, yeah, the community development and future of boxing and future stars for the sport, we see big opportunity there to really push and utilise our platform and the team we've got to, you know, to improve for people moving forward.
And that's what I like. And you've said something that Eddie's touched on there, which is kind of like to bolster this card, to get the people out. There was some incredible matchmaking done by Tom Dallas. The fights were very well matched, like you said, even from the cards on the before the bell, straight up to the top. There were some really good battles, and it's not all the time. I know it's a next-gen card, but it's not all the time that we get that kind of quality of fights.
Look, it's what people want to see, and I think it's probably why boxing has taken a bit of a hit compared to the UFC, is because we see great fights in UFC being made at all stages. And look, fighters need the opportunity to grow and develop. Now, we're not saying we rush everyone in, but at the same time, it gets to a point where they need to take these step-ups, because if they're not going to do it, you know, they're never going to be ready for those fights. So, yeah, great matchmaking by Tom Dallas, and some brilliant fights. And it's important for us. And I think it's good for the sport, because you get people in here early doors like we did today. We had people in here at 4:30, 5 o'clock, and they get to see a great night of boxing.
Yeah, I did see people queuing outside. These next-gen cards, I think, are really good for, obviously, like the development coming through. We had Delicious Ori, which is another good thing, you know, a future Olympic medalist. Bringing someone like that in, what does that mean as well, as in, like, to the growth of the business? Because, let's face it, when he turns, he could be coming to you.
Yeah, look, I think, the next-gen shows are important for us. You only have to look at the scale of what we do in comparison to other promoters. And these are our smaller next-gen shows, you know, the level that we deliver to. But Delicious, as you say, obviously Commonwealth Games gold medalist. He's got a massive opportunity in the Olympic Games. Definitely someone we got our eye on. And it's good to, you know, it's good to do this work now from his perspective, to build himself up for the longer term. He's a great talker. He looks good. He's got the ability. And he's definitely someone that we're very interested in working with in the future.
We like that. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Building the stable, the Matchroom stable, then what qualities and attributes? You saw lots of young kids in the gym, but what is it that makes fighters stand out to you? There was a couple of guys that were on there that are not signed. What is it that makes you guys think, you know what, I think he's worth investing in? Because sometimes you have those fight-by-fight deals and nobody's contracted in.
I think personality is a big part of it. You know, if you can sell yourself and build a story, you know, you can be the best fighter in the world. We've seen some great fighters over the years who haven't quite made it to the levels they should have. You know, the ability, yeah, you got the best ability in the world, but it doesn't always matter. You know, so if you can get yourself out there, build your name, you know, build a fan base as well. And like I said, with the young guys selling 300, 400, 500 tickets today, that just shows where they can get to long term, you know. Whether it's British title level, European title, world title level, you know, there's huge opportunity for them. And ticket sales is a massive part of that, obviously. But building your own profile is important. And that I would say, you know, as well as ability, is getting yourself out there. And it doesn't matter what character you are. You don't have to be fit and mould. You can be whatever you want, but show some personality and show people what you like. Because there's a fan base for everything. You know, some people might not like me. Well, a lot of people don't like me. Some people like me. Some people don't like him, but they like, you know, and that's life. But I think personality is important and actually getting your face out there.
We're going to rewind back to last week, Anthony Joshua's fight. Yes, I'm going to ask you for feedback on that, but only one of the things that I wanted to touch on, and I only noticed it afterwards, was him obviously having a drink of this stout, not Guinness, sorry, I won't swear. Forged Irish stout, sorry. Get banned for that.
You can pay for it.
Risky to do that. It's risky. We talk about contamination. We talk about stuff like that. I don't know. Your thoughts on that? Because that's the only thing that stood out to me that I thought, why did he do that? I get it, emotion, but...
I mean, it was a forged Irish stout, fresh out the can. Just been poured out. Yeah, I think he would have preferred some water at that time, to be honest. But the forged Irish stout was the closest thing there. And you know, in terms of the fight itself, like AJ's back, that's what we needed—a big knockout finish, and we got it. And that's what people are going to see over and over again across social media. That big stoppage. You know, people are always going to call for it earlier. That's the business we're in. People are going to want him to go out there and do it in the first round. I think you're seeing a lot of improvements with him. You know, and people will take their frustration, you know, the thing of people booing. Like, look, people pay their money. That any sporting at any event, people do that. But I think there are definitely improvements being seen. I think activity is key, and it's something we haven't seen with AJ in a long time. And I think that finish that he had is going to add so much confidence for him. So I think that's great ahead of a big fight.
I think that booing actually kick-started him, because when the crowd booed, obviously I sat there, it made him up the gears. He actually turned up the heat and thought, all right then, and he really did start to throw some more punches. So that wasn't a bad thing. But we move forward. Anthony Joshua, like you said, activity. I spoke to Malik Scott, and he implied or made a suggestion that Deontay Wilder may be having a fight, not Andrew Ruiz, in October. If that's the case, will AJ have another fight, and therefore will it delay, you know, the alleged matchup with those two in Saudi?
I think it's unlikely. We'll go back there in a minute. I'll see you in a bit. Yeah, see you later. I think it's unlikely that Wilder has another fight, honestly. I think that would be the fight they go straight into. Look, there's still work to be done. Obviously, it's not signed, sealed, delivered just yet. But, you know, let's see how things play out on that front. But I think it was unlikely that Wilder did, but we'll see.
And then finally, Alicia Baumgardner, obviously she put out a statement. She's still quite proactive on social media, protesting her innocence. The only one thing I wanted to ask, and it's always rumour mill, and I'm not really a fan of that, but there is some suggestion going around that she's only got one more fight left with yourselves, and then she's going to be out of contract, etc. Is there any truth in that at all, or...?
Yeah, one fight left. She's been open, and she said it previously, I think, in an interview as well around the Jake Paul fight. You know, look, I think we've delivered brilliantly. I think, you know, the situation, you got to give her the opportunity, as we always say with every athlete, not just in boxing, the opportunity to go through a process that everyone is due. But yeah, I've seen all these things about, you know, one fight left. I mean, it's...
With Jake Paul was the other one as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's Like she came out and said it's a load of rubbish. You got people like Frank Warren who I don't know where they get things from. You know, sometimes he's like they should just I think lock him away in the office and not let him do interviews because he says some absolute insane things. And that's no disrespect. Like he's done a lot more than me in boxing, like Frank Warren has. But just know your time. Like I want to retire at 40 because I know at that point would have had enough of this business. So like people like him, it's like just go and enjoy yourself. Lay on a beach somewhere, mate. Stop talking a load of gibberish because people are it's embarrassing. But I don't, I sort of just let it go over your head because otherwise, if you reacted to everything, you go mad.
And boxing is definitely something that could send you crazy. Listen, Frank, it's overdue, but I'm glad we got it done. Until the next time, and actually, Smith Eubank too. You'll be there, won't you?
I won't actually. You know what? I'm not there.
Have you been banned?
No, I haven't been banned. I'm actually in Monza for the Grand Prix. So I'll let so it's my stepdad's 70th birthday. I'm taking him to the Grand Prix. I'm sure there'll be plenty more fights. My missus will be there. I don't want to get myself in any trouble. I'm going to stay out of the way.
Hi, and thank you for watching October Red Boxing. Like, subscribe, and tap the bell for notifications. You can also find us on Instagram at October Red Boxing and on Twitter, October Red UK. And remember, at October Red, we stay ready.